there's a take online where it's like, oh man, I really do hate playing a movie. I want to play a video game. Not me. I love my games being cinematic. I'm not gonna lie. I think the best thing about a lot of games is like getting that storytelling feel, you know? Because I was playing Persona 3 Reload earlier today, and a lot of Persona fans may be like, oh yeah, that's not the best experience in the series, and yada yada yada. And I agree. But I played P4 and I played P5, and every time something hype happened, I just sit back in my chair and like, that's cinema right there. Because guess what it is, right? I just love cinema. And it doesn't already help the fact that I just really do love watching movies in the first place and just watching TV shows, because I love just storytelling in general. So whenever I hear the take of, oh, I want to play a video game, not a cinematic movie, when they're not realizing that they're literally combining the elements of both of those great things and just putting them together. I think that's just a really good thing that people miss out on. I think that's just my main issue, because I'm not even trying to get into like crazy spoiler territory, but Persona 3 Reload was already one of my most, at first the story was really lacking, but I'm starting to get to like the third act, and I'm not gonna lie, some of those cutscenes had me feeling like, hey bruh, this is some of the greatest character writing I've seen in the series so far. Not all the way, but so far, you know? And not even to mention that some of the confidence that is going on in some of the in the game is actually starting to pick up too. Are you gonna be some people sounding awesome? Oh, they're not called confidants, they're called social links. And you're right, but I'm not calling it that shit. I started with P5, so I'm gonna continue calling them what I called them when I first picked up the series, confidants, because that's what they are. But no, another good example of a game just being like absolute cinema would be the God of War series, specifically the reboot that they made for PS4 and PS5 era. Specifically God of War 2018. Now that's a great fucking game, and I don't know how anyone would ever hate that. I mean, obviously no one does, but my point generally being is that the whole thing of like, oh yeah, a lot of these games are becoming more like movies, I feel like is a good and a bad thing. It's a bad thing because some games are trying too hard to replicate that movie feel, when whole time if they just go with a creative direction and just mix in some good storytelling, you'll end up getting that feel unintentionally. But other than that, it's also scenarios where it's like the great things where it's like games like Ghost of Tsushima. Now, I know a lot of niggas who played the game and only played it for the multiplayer mode, but fuck all that. You need to go play Ghost of Tsushima story, and especially when Ghost of Yote comes out. Oh my god, it's gonna be a fucking amazing game. It's gonna, I can already tell, it's gonna be absolute cinema. Because without even getting into spoiler territory, the plot twist in Ghost of Tsushima was so crazy, bro, and like there's just so much. So generally, my point being here is that whenever people say, oh yeah, I hate games not being, or I hate the cinematic feel of the games, I feel like those guys don't really like good storytelling, and I feel like they just want to play games where they're just shooting niggas all day, and they don't really actually care about any story or anything that actually goes with it, because I think that's one of the most best parts about a lot of these games is the story aspect of things. Like I said, Persona 5, Ghost of Tsushima, God of War are really good examples. And shit, even games where the story kind of sucks, but still have some fire-ass cutscenes, like Devil May Cry 1 through 5, you know? I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, the story fucking sucks ass. Same thing could be said for Ninja Gaiden. Speaking of which, I need to play the remastered version. I need to get around to getting that, but one step at a time. And even games where the cutscenes are very simple, but still like get things out of you, like the Mario games or like the Sonic franchise. Well, in recent years, the Sonic franchise cutscenes have been getting better, but the point stands. So I don't know. Me personally, I like my games cinematic, but let me know what y'all think. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe and like the video, of course, and be sure to share it with other folks. I don't know, I'm kind of grasping for straws here. You probably seen the YouTube short that I uploaded yesterday. I'm probably gonna be getting into some gym content sooner or later. Who knows? But yeah, thanks for watching.